You strive to provide everything your son needs for life, but often the fundamentals are not there. At Launched for Life, we help parents combat the failure to launch epidemic and teach life skills to prepare for adulthood. The journey begins with a week-long intensive. Your son will engage in workshops, exercises, and outings designed to elevate his awareness of adulting through our 5 fundamental blocks: character building, financial independence, home management, wellness, and personal and professional development. Learn more at launchedforlife.com.
Ariel from the Sustainable Brown Girl radio show. My absolute favorite place to shop in downtown Newnan is Greenhouse Mercantile on East Washington Street. This aesthetically pleasing lifestyle store features a collection of goods from local artists, Black-owned businesses, and fair trade products. The owner, Kenya, also offers services to curate your wardrobe and make your home a sanctuary with interior design. Next time you're in downtown Newnan, be sure to stop by Greenhouse Mercantile. Open Wednesday through Saturday until 4 p.m.
Active Pest Control offers the best services and prices to protect your home, offering both monthly and quarterly pest control services, plus specific services like bedbug, German roach, and flea control. Even if you can't see them, insects are all around you 24/7. Active Pest Control wants to be the first line of defense. Active Pest Control. Repair, bind, best termite coverage around. Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street, Newnan, 770-954-9941.
My leg was painful, red, and swollen just doing the crossword puzzle. I could have put off telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
He told his doctor and found out his leg pain, swelling, and redness are deep vein thrombosis, a blood clot which could travel to the lungs and lead to a pulmonary embolism, which could cause chest pain or discomfort or difficulty breathing and be deadly. If you have one or more of these symptoms, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Welcome to Connecting Hearts. Connecting hearts of women to resources, information, and to one another. Presented by Creative Heart Studios, 18 Perry Street and Newnan. Now here's your host, Margie Conway.
Hey guys, this is Dana with Happy Life Nutrition, located on 18 Perry Street, downtown Newnan. Hours are 8 to 5, Tuesday through Friday. Come check us out. We will be serving up meal replacement shakes, calorie-burning teas, coffees, waffles. We have a kids menu and a workout menu. We do deliveries with a 5-drink minimum or $5 delivery charge if less. You can call ahead for your order. Free Wi-Fi, quiet atmosphere for business meetings or get-together. Our number at Happy Life Nutrition is 770-683-5172. Can't wait to see you.
Hi guys, this is Margie Conway. I am the Joy Coordinator at Creative Heart Studios, and this is the Connecting Hearts Network broadcast. As always, there's a lot going on. This week, I'm a little bit under the weather, so if I start coughing, I've already asked our guest, and Ryan, just take over it. So we'll see what the Lord has in store for us today. Today, our guest is Tinisha O'Chelle Walker. She is also known as God's Garden Girl. She has a few other things in her bag of tricks, and we will talk about those, but today we're going to be talking about the herbs and how God uses you in that, what he does, how you got into it. And so I would get pen and paper out, because there's no telling. She might give you a little bit of good information you want to hold on to. Hi, Tinisha. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me, Margie.
I've been following you through festivals and stuff for just a little while, and I was very excited when I got to attend the class you have. I learned so much from you in just that hour or so. We've connected because we both love to take the things that God has put on this earth for our good and to use them how we think he intended us to, not in some of the distorted ways that things get used. So Tinisha is an herb specialist. I'm not sure what else you may call it or anything else, but where I dabble in my oils and can do pretty good, she does it in her garden. And I have one pack of tea that I bought from her at that class we had, which was Goodness gracious, acid reflux tea. And I have found when I drink one good cup of that tea steeped well that I don't have to worry about it for a day or two. It's that potent and that strong. So tell us how you got into herbs and what brought you to where you are.
Well, Margie, what I will say is I consider myself a healer.
Yes.
And so that has so many different aspects.
Right.
You know, of course, we have the herbs, is what we're talking about. We also have the voice. We also have the touch. So there are a couple of different things that go into it. And the herbs is just one of the areas or the conduits that God uses for me to facilitate healing.
Right.
I mean, I am self-taught. I get downloads straight from the divine. You know, I'll just be sitting, minding my business, or somebody will just ask me, do you have anything for sinuses?
Right.
And in my head, I'll be like, who do they think I am? And by the time, and 5 minutes later, I have gotten a download.
Right.
Of what to put in this product so that it does what it's supposed to do.
Now, I'm going to touch on that just for a minute, where you said, who do you think I am? I feel that way quite frequently, and that is the big question. Who do we think we are? But the better question is, who do we think our God is?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And we know that, you know, like I said, I use my voice in my one of my songs is I Am, you know, and it just... Who do you think you are?
Right.
You know, and God lives in you.
Right.
So, you know, he says, dream the impossible. You know, so it's all about the seed, planting the seed. I enjoy the connection in the garden with the earth, you know, because I get to actually put that one little itty bitty seed in the ground and get a massive, massive harvest with massive, massive seeds. Massive, massive fruit and massive, massive seeds. So I can relate to that in life. You know, when we never know what one little itty bitty seed that we plant in somebody's life, how it's going to affect them and grow up. Like today here with Ryan, you know, just telling him what his name meant.
Right.
That one little seed now, he said, I always felt that way, but now I know.
Share with our audience what his name means.
Well, Ryan's name, means son of the king.
That's a good one.
Yes, son of the king.
There you go.
Yes.
And that's a good one. I did see his face when you told him that. It's like, I know that my name means a pearl. And so over the last couple of years, just in one night actually, but it's been proven over the last couple of years that God showed me that sometimes to make a pearl, it has to go through intense pressure for 3 to 5 years to get to the point that you can just open that shell up and have that raw pearl in there. Man, I've been through some pressure. I've wondered if he was going to get me there, but like someone posted this morning, what scripture do you use when you know when there's storms around you? And mine is inscribed on my glasses. It's Psalm 16:8. I put the Lord at my right hand, therefore I shall not be moved.
You shall not be moved.
I shall not be moved, except where he wants me to. And apparently he wants us on here talking to you today. Yes. We have some fun things that we're planning to do. And I have been told I need to go to your garden one day and look around in it.
Yes. There's healing in my garden.
Yes, I believe it. I know plant-wise, ever since I went to your workshop, I've been talking about herbs and looking up things, which I was already looking up, but I've been a little more adamant about it, to the point my husband actually tagged me in a post for a bunch of plants. Did I want to get them and start a garden? And I'm like, I'll kill them. I think I'll just grow them. I take them from Tinisha or buy the seeds. I don't know. Plants... I don't know. I did okay with kids.
Here's the thing. Here you did okay with kids. Well, there you go. Here's the thing. I have sent many of plants to the graveyard. Okay, so but I still continue to start again.
Right.
So, you know, don't say you're going to kill them. Some of them are going to die. We already know that.
That's true.
They're going to live. They're going to thrive.
That's true.
Yes, you have to talk to them like they're your babies.
I'll be honest, and you know, I quite often just bare my bones on this thing. Our senior pastor, our pastor emeritus at church, loved to take care of the plants around the church. He had just wonderful plants all over the place. And that was kind of his hobby. He would go and take care of them. And for a while, there was only he and myself on staff, and he had a heart attack and was in the hospital. Those poor plants, I would lean back and not say a word so they wouldn't know it was me watering them, so they didn't die, because I just knew I'd kill his plants. From experience, because I had killed so many.
But see, that's how you approach them. They know. They're
Right.
like, lady, come on, let's just be friends.
Yeah.
Give us some water, say hi to us, smell us.
Well, I
touch
did.
us.
Someone told me it was nesting at the beginning of my second marriage. I planted a garden that year, and I grew tomatoes and peppers and a couple of other things, and I was so proud of myself with that. So when it got time for the garden the next year, I was like, no, I already did that. That's a lot of work.
It is work, though.
It is work. Yeah.
It definitely is work.
What are some of your favorite plants in your garden at the moment?
Right now, I'm stalking my vegetable. I have all my medicinals growing, but I'm stalking my cucumbers. I cannot wait. But I am also growing some loofah. So that's exciting. I'm excited for that. And zucchini and squash. Just those three things right now I'm really, really waiting for. But I'm actually right now, I'm using a lot of the herbs there. Celery flakes, I'm loving that.
Oh, yeah.
Rosemary, of course, I had some of that on my steak yesterday. My lettuce, for my salads and things like that, I'm enjoying now. And then, of course, my medicinal babies.
Well, I know you had some that you had just went out in your yard and foraged that you brought to that workshop, and you were telling us what it was and letting us smell it and do that. That's one thing I want to point out that I learned with essential oils also. Some things I thought I had an allergy to, when I've actually gotten to it in its pure form, straight from the garden without pesticides and everything else, or in the essential oils, it doesn't bother me. Matter of fact, I guess it's more helpful like the Lord intended to begin with.
Yeah. Well, a good example of that is the goldenrod, like I told you. A lot of people think that they're allergic to goldenrod, but it's actually the ragweed that grows at the same time, in most of the time the same place as the goldenrod. The goldenrod doesn't have any pollen, and we know it's the pollen that... Right. So goldenrod is actually something that helps allergies.
Okay, so if I find some goldenrod today, what do I need to do before?
Well, you can take it as a tea.
Okay,
you can steep it as a tea. You can make a tincture out of it, which is...
Will you explain to us how you do tinctures?
Well, tincture is an alcohol-based herbal supplement. What you do is you macerate or you soak the herbs in the alcohol for 6 weeks, and it pulls all the medicinal value qualities out of the herb. And then you would strain it and use the herb underneath your tongue or in your tea. Sometimes I like to say I get my tea tipsy, because it's usually vodka based. Right. And that's how you use that. That's how you would use it.
Okay. As well as you said something about the teas and the tinctures, what other ways do you use your plants medicinally?
I use my plants for smoking. There are a lot of herbs that you can use for smoking. I use them for body products. Of course, my two number one oils, the goldenrod and calendula oil, which is for dry skin and skin softening, eczema and psoriasis, but also the pain ease oil.
I have that.
Yay! I call that the miracle oil.
It is.
So it's many different ways that you can use the herbs. Smudge wands. I make smudge wands with the herbs. So whatever creation, however the healing wants to come through, I allow it to come through. I'm open to wherever that leads me, which is how I got to God's Garden Girl.
Well, I know you said something. Was it New York you started in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
what did you start in New York with your herbs? It's a good story. Yeah. You told us that when you were in New York, you used them in the hair care and the other things that you did.
Yes. When I made my hair care products.
Right.
Yes, I had a couple of products in New York as a hairdresser, in my former life. So again, it was all still about healing, and the health and wellness. And I made some wonderful body butters, body scrubs. This is nothing new to me, you know. So it's really like just getting on that bike and riding it again, and putting your intentions into it, you know. And that has always been the healing. and the health and the wellness.
How did you end up joining us here in Georgia?
Oh, well, I just have to say God. That comes right back to God.
Right.
I got a call one day. Like I said, I get these downloads. Well, one day I got a download when I was getting ready to leave out of my salon.
Mm-hmm.
It's if you don't leave now, this is all you're gonna have. And it shook me in my boots. I mean, I know it had to be God because I said yes. I said yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I left New York. I closed down. I gave everything away. God said, don't sell anything. Give everything away. And that's what I did. And here I am, just, the word that God has been using with me lately has been abounding.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Here I am abounding. As you know, I just recently lost my husband.
Right.
And, I don't really have the words to describe that, but I will say that I was honored to have that time. I was honored to see my vision, my desires for myself manifest.
Right.
To see my Boaz.
Right. That's
and
a good
to have
one, yeah.
enjoyed my Boaz for those 7 years.
Right.
So God is great. And here I am. I have a beautiful home. I have, a beautiful garden, a beautiful business. I feel beautiful. I get to help people and make them feel beautiful,
Right.
or help them feel beautiful and heal. So I can't complain,
Well, God blesses us. I have already learned, like, my word for the year was wholehearted. And when we step out into whatever direction He's sending us, then He does bless bountifully. And, I was sitting there. I even put a post on Facebook today. I don't feel well. Y'all please pray. But this is God's show anyway. So whatever He wants, He will do. Mm-hmm. And it is good to see that you are, because we can see the joy in your face when you're talking about Him. You performed at the Greenville Park this weekend, and there was a song that you recorded that is on YouTube, and I will go tag you in it so you can see it. How did that song come about?
Well, again, that was a download. This was my second album. My first album was meditation as well. I call it a meditation. But it was more of the slow, meditations, and everyone is
okay.
But this one, some said, let's bring it upbeat.
Right.
Let's make it more of a get up, get down, and get moving type of thing. So I went in the studio. My cousin actually has a studio. I went in there and I said, let's find something that's really upbeat. And then it came on, and that was it.
Well, that was good. I listened to it. I did not know that you had albums and do that. I know, and you're going to have to forgive me because my brain is fogged today, but I know that someone told me the first time they heard of you, it was the beautiful voice.
The voice of beauty.
The voice of beauty.
Voice of
okay,
beauty, yes.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, that's who she is. That's who the voice of beauty is. Not like I said. There are so many different faces, but they all come back to healing.
Yes.
And one of them is my voice. I learned. I remember one time. This is a funny story. When I was at the salon, I would give women's events.
Mm-hmm.
Their empowerment events. And this particular time, I had just studied on hypnosis.
Okay.
And so I wanted to, demonstrate.
Right.
It. So everybody's there, and I'm going through the motions and round, and you are relaxed, and yada, yada, and all these good things. I'm saying you're beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You deserve to have fun. All things are not hard.
Right.
My life is easy, easy, easy. So now and everybody's head is down.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, well, now I just didn't get to finish studying how to wake you guys up.
Oh.
And nobody moved. Everybody's head was still like this. In that instant, I realized how important, not only how important it was, what I did when I had people in this state.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
But how important it was to know exactly what we're doing, what's our finish here, that this is really happening.
That's good to know.
My voice seriously. I understand. So when I perform my song, people will call me and say, I hear you in the shower. So I understand that you hear, I am beautiful. I am lovable. I am kind.
Right.
I am.
I'm sorry. And I think you were perhaps putting me in that state, whether you knew it or not, right then.
I did know it. I have to know it. You know?
And that's good, because you do have to know what you can do and how to control it and make sure that it is used properly. That's one thing about so many practices right now, and I am not even going into that totally because I'm not up to it. But there's many practices of many things that I think, God, the herbs, the oils, different things He's put here for our good that has been distorted by people who didn't honor and respect God with it. So I appreciate the fact very much that you do. Yes. We have a tea party coming up. Yeah, I am excited for the tea party.
We're having tea.
That was one of my first thoughts when I started thinking, when God started telling me, here's what I want you to do with this business, is I wanted to have tea parties. And one of the spurs of that is ex-girlfriend of my son had a group of women, and they would have their own just themed tea parties in different places and dress up and do the whole thing. And I'm like, that's so much fun. I want a group of women to do that with. And I would do it through our women's ministry at church, but I wanted an intimate group of women to do that with. And so when I first started setting up, I wanted, instead of TED Talks, I wanted to do tea talks. Nice. So like I told you, I'd already been gifted teacups and all kinds of servingware and everything to do it with. So this Tuesday is our first Tea Time with Tea.
Very first.
Yes, I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
I've been walking around looking at hats and fascinators and everything else. And talking it up. I know several people that's coming.
Yes.
Our plans is in the Happy Life Nutrition Dining Room at 18 Perry Street. On Tuesday evening, we're going to have Tea Time with Tea.
Yes.
We are tomorrow, if you want to come by the studio, we're making fascinators and just decorating our hats if you bring a hat in, things like that to get festive and get ready for it. And then next Tuesday, we're going to wear our hats and our nice clothes, and we're going to come. And what is your plan that we're going to do for Tea Time with Tea?
Well, I was thinking that I would gather some fresh herbs out of the garden, and we would all be able to make our own specialty blends.
Oh, that sounds good. Yes.
So I'm going to bring some roses. I'm going to bring several different mints. I have chocolate mint. I have peppermint, spearmint. I have lemon balm. I'll bring some lavender. I don't know what else, but there'll be a whole bunch of goodies right from the garden. We'll bring them in, and we'll talk about what they do and how we can use them and enjoy them.
Right.
A spot of tea.
Yes, it sounds very much fun. I am looking forward to it. Yes. I believe in the herbal teas. Like I said, the ones that you had for the acid reflux helped enormously. The last couple of days, I've been using my herbal detox tea and my herbal wellness teas, which have all kinds of things I can't even tell you because my head's still not doing well. But that, I think, is one of the things that helps the most. What are some other teas that you do make that you have available?
Oh, wow. I have a plethora of teas. I have a mucus tea, one that helps to bring the mucus up and out. You know, a lot of the disease is in the mucus. I have a tea for esophagus care. Is that the one? Is that the one that you have?
No, the one I had, well, it just said acid reflux.
That's the one for the esophagus and acid reflux. Yes, I have that. I have one called Katina tea. That one's for womb and fibroid care.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Also have another one for female. It's Heaven 11, which is a yoni steam and aura tea. Yes. So
we need to get some of those into the shop over there so people can find them locally.
Oh, yes. We can definitely get them in the shop.
Yeah, you do festivals.
I do
you
festivals.
Set up. You have a couple of regular ones you do. You want to mention them right now?
Well, I'm definitely in Newnan, here in hometown Newnan, every first Saturday on the square for Market Day, yes.
Okay.
Second Saturday, I'm usually in Fayetteville. Third Saturday, usually, so many of them. Where am I third Saturday? Third Friday, which is tomorrow, I think.
Right.
Yes, I'm in Serenbe.
Okay, I saw that listed, right.
Yeah, for the Live at 5. And then I'll be in, not Serenbe, Sonoya tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow, Sonoya.
Then Serenbe
is the week after that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so she is in our surrounding area so that you can find her easily. I know she has Facebook as God's Garden Girl.
Yes.
What is the website?
The website is godsgardengirl.com.
I thought so. I just want to make sure I'm giving them the right info. Yeah. It is, and I'm a little disappointed today. You're always dressed so bright and colorfully and with your turbans and with your flowing clothes, and I'm like, okay, I'm not wearing a scarf because I can't compete, but I'm wearing my bright blue. You can see Tinisha at any of those festivals. We are looking forward to you coming to our tea.
Well, we're matching today.
Well, we are matching. We got a beachy vibe going on between us today. Yeah, we are.
It's gonna be 90. It's gonna be 90 degrees today.
Oh, I know. I'm still debating about what I'm gonna do, but that's okay. We'll let that take care of itself.
But I'm glad that you are feeling better. I can see.
I am.
I can see.
I am. And even just as we've been sitting here talking, and I do believe that there's two powerful things behind that. One is I asked for lots of prayer before I came on this morning, because usually I'm praying myself, but today I put it out there that I need it today. And the other one is the power of saying yes to God and stepping out.
Prayer changes things.
Right. I remember for a while there I was having just horrible migraines. And I was teaching kids class at church and things. And with the kids, you have to be consistent. And so I would say, okay, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to go. And while I was there teaching, the headache was gone. Right. But when I finished teaching, the headache came back. And no, I don't think that, God gave me the headache back. I think he healed it while he needed it to be healed for me to step out. So I very much believe in saying yes and doing what God has led us to do.
It's important to heal.
Yes.
While you're healing.
Right.
That's why you didn't feel the pain.
Right.
Because you were healing. You were giving healing.
And to me, you're talking about the giving healing. Giving is a big part of healing. I was in some counseling training, and we're talking about the answer is always God, and we know that. But some people have to go through the processes to get to God. And one of mine on healing was giving. I believe that when you don't know what else to do, you just take one step, and then you take the next step, and you just talk to God as you go, and just keep taking those steps until you're where you're supposed to be. All right, I am looking forward to our tea party on Tuesday evening. You can get your tickets on Eventbrite, and we've got a link on Facebook for that. And for today only, we are going to cut the price down so that you can bring a friend, and we're going to have tea for two on Tuesday. But Thursday today, whatever today's date is, because my brain don't work, the 19th. Thank you, Ryan. You always got my back.
Son of the King.
We are going to put a special discount on there. So if you want to bring a friend, you and your friend can both come for $30. That includes all of your little goodie bag I have ready for you, and some prizes we're going to give away, and your tea, as well as the education and the great fellowship. So we're going to share all that. If you've got one thing you want to pass on before we go, what is it?
Smell your roses.
Oh, yes, that is a wonderful. So take time today to smell your roses.
Yeah.
Take time to just look at the beauty that God has put all around us and know that He put it there on purpose just for you.
Yes.
And if you want to find us, we've got our websites. We got all this stuff going on. Just go up and down Perry Street, though. Open the door, yell Margie. And if for some reason I'm out like I was yesterday, Dana will tell you I'll be back soon and send me a text message. So we look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.
For having me.
Thanks for tuning in to Connecting Hearts of women to resources, information, and to one another. Presented by Creative Heart Studios, 18 Perry Street, here in Newnan. 404-528-8461. Until next time, have a wonderful day.
Racetrack gas pump thought number 4. Because waiting for your tank to fill up is the perfect time to think about,
what if I could have a cookout in my car? That way, I could have a barbecue pulled pork sandwich and barbecue chicken pizza, all slathered in Sweet Baby Ray's. I'll call it a carbecue.
with flavor this good, call it whatever you want. Try Racetrack's new barbecue pulled pork sandwich and chicken pizza, both made with Sweet Baby Ray's. Available for a limited time at participating locations. Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
The future will be amazing, and that's all well and good. But what about today? You can feel the rush of a 400-horsepower Nissan Z, or climb to new heights in the all-terrain Nissan Frontier. Light up the road in the all-electric Nissan Ariya that feels like a sci-fi dream come true. The future will be great, but today is made for thrill. All you have to do is get in a Nissan and drive. 2023 Ariya and Z not yet available for purchase. Expected availability is this spring for 2023 Z and this fall for 2023 Ariya.